shit, that's so true.
Oh shit,
that's so true.
Let's go. Oh my
They're
God.
gone. They're out of frame.
This is the best one yet.
Where'd they go? Oh, shit!
Oh my God.
What's up?
All right, folks, this is your cue. You absolutely can't. If you're listening to this on the highway right now, pull over. Pull up the YouTube version of it. You got to sit there on the highway and watch this live, right? Or not live, but you know what I mean. You have to do it because you have to see the dance that our guest this week, Fūnk-é Joseph, just made. Hi, Fūnk-é. It's really good to talk to you.
It's so good to talk to you too. How you doing?
I'm really good. This is the VGB's podcast, episode 47. I'm one of your hosts, John Warren. With me is my forever co-host, Nikki Grayson. Hi.
Yo.
We're all together again. The scene of the crime. That's right, folks. I'm bringing together the milk crate incident right here. Right
it's past
here.
the statute of limitations. So we're cleared.
What if a fourth person came in and it's like a judge, just like a Zoom call judge? Yes, you are guilty of the milk crate challenge. That's funny. This has been a wild week, Nikki. I'm running on about 4.5 hours sleep. What about you?
Well, I mean, I slept pretty normal.
Ooh,
Personally.
what's normal for you?
Well, I went to sleep I stayed up for John and I were streaming until what was it, 10 p.m.
It must
10:15.
Yeah. I keep
Pacific
forgetting your
time. Yeah, 10
I keep
PM
on forgetting your Pacific, so it's no big deal.
It was literally no big deal. Like I went to sleep at my normal time. I think I went to bed at like 11:30.
Frustrating.
And then I woke up at my normal time of like 7:15. And then I was I've had a regular day. And so is Fūnk-é. Presumably, did you just go to sleep when you normally go to sleep and then wake up when you normally wake up?
I have problems with the slumber.
But
do you? Yeah.
Yeah, but a few days ago I hit my sleep goal, so I'm feeling really good about that. Ooh. I'm riding that high from like 3 nights ago.
Wait, hold on. You hit your 1 night sleep goal 3 days ago and you're still celebrating?
That's not what a sleep number bed is. That's
they were like,
not that.
They were like, sleep is so good for you. Great job on hitting your goal. I didn't clear the notification yet. It's still there.
So you still got the buff. You still have the well-rested buff, and it'll last for a couple more days.
That's such a good move, Fūnk-é. I should go find like papers that like A+ papers I got from high school and just start putting them on my fridge and be like, look at how good I did. This is so good. I should do that.
It's nice, but I'm never up for a good reason. I'm always just like playing a game too late. Or especially really late. I don't stay on one game. I just like open a bunch. I'll play like 15 minutes, 50 minutes of a few, like a selection of ones that either I've just wanted to play or I've heard people talking about. So I just do like a little circuit, which feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Well, I want to like, it's been a while since we caught up. I'm so curious about like your little kind of independent games jaunt over the past like couple years. It's so exciting. Like, what have you been enjoying the most about that process? And I'm just so curious about that.
I think what I've been enjoying most is that I don't have to know anything, which is really refreshing. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, no, as y'all know, like in journalism and games coverage specifically, you need to know everything. You need to know like everything that's coming out. You need to have a take on it, like know the drama on it, and be able to like be juggling all that and dishing that out at the same time. And it's tough, but like it's important to have criticism on everything and opinions on everything. But being able to not know things and be like just try things and be like, oh, this didn't work. I don't want to do it like this anymore. Or this did work and I didn't think it would. Let me lean into that. Has been really nice. And I think what's really cool is that like all of the experience that I've had in games journalism has carried over. Like just looking at games and caring about them really helps you design them in thoughtful ways. At least that's what I found. Being able to like break down what a game is and where it fits in a genre and how it's challenging that, I think is really exciting. But yeah, it's the most fun I've had making anything, I think, just because it's everything together, right? Like it's music, it's art, it's design, it's video games. It can be cinematic, it can be very simple and just get to that gut emotion. but it's been exciting, and I've been working on two. I made a bunch of like small things like on Twine and Inky, and I'm working on two commercial projects right now that I'm trying to design and direct, which is fun. And I've just been like writing it on my days off, and also just like for an hour after work. Has been nice just to like put in a little bit of time. And yeah, I'm on my murder mystery wave. One of them's a murder mystery game, so I'm trying to figure out how to tell one of those stories, because I've been watching so much Murder, She Wrote with my partner. It's like bizarre.
Yeah,
like that's why I don't know about what new video game is. I'm like, but Angela Lansbury just solved this case.
No, dude,
it shook up the formula. Like normally they have the guy at the start, and here they showed you the murder at the start. So like, what's the big mystery? But it's not actually them. So I'm just learning. I'm enjoying.
Me, I'm developing the new skill. That skill, watching Murder, She Wrote. That's right. Applying all my cool Angela Lansbury knowledge. No, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching you kind of dive into that stuff. I know like a friend of mine has started to make it kind of like a broken containment. When I start seeing strangers post about them on LinkedIn, like it's kind of a devastating, it feels like a burn, but it's not. It's very cool. I guess there's something about like people I know being like, wow, thanks so much. I've blah blah blah. I like posting on LinkedIn, and I'm like, well, you have made it past a certain thing, which is really fun. You broke a containment, which I think is kind of fun. I'm so excited to play those things. I have to play the murder mystery. I really want to do that.
Oh, I will after this call. I'll send you some stuff.
Please.
Yeah, for sure. I've been pretty shut about it because I'm like, oh wow, I don't know how to do this. I'm fumbling over my feet and stuff because I want it to be like clean. I want it to be something that we're proud of when we show it. But yeah, I mean, what's fun about it is that we can learn how to do it in a certain format, and then kind of build on top of the setup that we've been working on, the framework narratively. So I'm excited for you to see that. And I don't know, I just want to make more games and I want to make a Metroidvania one day.
Okay.
Because those are fun. I don't know. It's like exploring, and you get keys and you get upgrades. I mean, that's what video games is about to me.
It's such a simple formula that can be riffed on in really interesting ways. So that's why it's so timeless. It's really great. I'm curious when you mentioned like you haven't talked about it because you want to be clean. My problem is that if I have a project that I'm doing, I feel like it has to be about 85% done before I tell anyone about it. Otherwise, I won't do it. I'll start talking about it, and then I'll get in my head about it. I don't know if you have the same thing, but I definitely have that.
Oh, I mean, that is my eternal curse. I remember just like hating doing that so much because people would be like, what are you up to? And then I would say exactly everything and be like, oh, it's so cool because this. And then he kind of gets the juice out, and you got to preserve the juice. You got to let it age, so that they can try it at the perfect time. I think I watched there's a Sakurai video where he's talking about keep that internal pressure. It's like 1 minute long, but he's like, when I'm working on an idea, I don't tell anybody. I just keep my mouth shut, and I picture it in my head. I picture their reactions in my head for when it's done, and they actually play it, and that's what like gets me through the day. And it's hard to do that. So I'm fine with like saying what I'm up to generally, but the meat of it, what I think makes it exciting, I want people to play and just like find that out for themselves.
I think that's great. That's good discipline to develop, because I didn't develop it until I was probably in my mid 30s. So it's like
it's hard.
It is hard because it's exciting to talk about stuff that you're passionate about. But the juice. Once the juice is out, it's hard to put it back in.
So you're saying that the juice should not be loose? Is that kind of?
You can't let the juice loose. You can't.
Yeah, the juice should not be loose, Nicky. You're right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I just think that there might be something there.
Oh, you might think so.
What's there? Where's the juice?
You know what? Fūnk-é. Nicky's making a really elaborate O.J. Simpson joke.
Okay, I was wondering if it was O.J. I just watched a movie with him in it.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you?
I watched Naked Gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say I only know of like two.
Yeah,
I only know of like two movies he's in, and that's one of them. So yeah, that's great.
It was really good. I liked it.
That's a really funny movie.
Yeah.
Great physical comedy.
People don't do that no more.
That's true. That's true. A couple nights ago, I don't know what day it is. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter. No.
It doesn't matter. But the other night, Fūnk-é, you asked a question, an open-ended question, and I'm deciding that right now that we're going to steal it and talk about it. You asked about what our favorite DS games are. So let's talk about the DS.
Yeah.
I would love to talk about the DS.
Oh, wonderful. Where did it go?
Let's start with DS because it has been a while since I have cracked open a shoot DS and played it, but I have been playing DS games on a very real machine that's on my
real
computer.
Nintendo DS.
Oh no, same.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like, wow, that thing was really good.
They went off. I feel like it was not expensive to make Nintendo DS games. So because it cost $0 to make them, there were a lot of them. There were so many DS games. And I think that is like fundamentally a problem with some of the platforms that we have now, is that it just is more expensive in some of these cases to make video games at scale. So or maybe it's not even like make it at scale. This is maybe not even the time for this conversation, but it's not even make them at scale, but it's like when you're making games for the Nintendo DS, all of the games on the Nintendo DS are Nintendo DS games, right? So like everyone has like a bubble of how big the game's supposed to be. But if you're making a game that is also on the PlayStation 5, people are kind of in their minds, if they're not keyed in, they're expecting every game to kind of be like God of War, which is unfair to kind of every person involved. Anyway, that wasn't really a thought. Sorry, cut that out.
No, that's a thought. Also, but carrying off on what you're saying there, they're kind of picturing God of War, but they're also, I think another thought that's popping up is that it'll come to PC as well. Like, it's not just a game for this console. Like when you think of a DS game, you're like, oh, it's going to be on two screens. It might use the stylus, it might use the camera, it might use the microphone. You have a range of what it can do, and a lot of the games switch it up and use the device in novel ways. But when there is that lack of a clear console or purpose for that console, like I sometimes we jump a generation, I'm like, wait, why did we even do this? Like,
for what?
Did we even do everything?
Yeah, did we do everything we could have done? No, that's how I felt with this jump. And then we push
forward. But I definitely hear that. And going back into these DS games, because I asked that question because I had just dusted off my 2DS and I was like, okay, let me use this and find some games that I had never played when I was a kid, because games were really expensive and I just could get like 1 or 2 DS games a year.
And now you can get all of them pretty easy.
Yeah, I know. There's stores everywhere and people giving them away.
You walk outside and people are just handing you brand new.
The streets of Toronto are filthy with DS cartridges.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know. I got on the bus. They handed me this one. I said, I have one at home. They're like, no, you should have a safety one.
I'm looking. I'm fucking pissed right now. I'm on eBay.com. Yeah. A 2DS XL is $300 American.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Whoa!
I bought mine when I heard the shop was shutting down.
That's smart.
Shop.
Yeah, that's
I was like,
so smart.
This is over. It's over.
I have no idea where any of my Nintendo DSs are. I had so many.
I know where mine are. I think I'll have to look.
You should check it. You should check it out. I took my 3DS to a party once in university, and someone's beer exploded all over it, and all my Pokemon died.
No.
Oh, no.
I know.
That's so sad.
I know, and I found out in the middle of the party, and I'm like, "This is
all your Pokemon
tragic."
Died? That sucks.
Yes,
that's so.
And he's
sad.
like, "Oh, sorry, man." I'm like,
God. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do is a sorry. That's all it is. It's just all of my pets.
I was like, they broke barriers, bro.
Yeah.
They were there from leaf green Emerald, like transfer the next generation. Bring your guys with you. Transfer. I'm like, and they all had the same name, like Splashy or Leafy, like Fire.
Oh,
I was just shocked.
sad.
Maybe rest in
Yeah,
peace.
that's shocking.
That's why I didn't have a DS until I got it after the eShop news came out.
Yeah.
What's the worst? I want to get back to this, but what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you at a party? Was that it?
Worst thing that's ever happened to me at a party. Let me think about that.
Like not no bummers.
No bummers.
Like no bummers, but like what's the worst
bummers, but the worst
no bummers. No bummers.
The
It's
funniest
some like
worst thing.
really bad things could happen at a party,
No,
but
for
like
sure.
like a murder, like that could happen. I know exactly what.
Oh, okay.
was.
What's yours?
No, I want to hear y'all's first.
Fūnk-é just told theirs.
Because there's is that might be the worst. That might be
I'm
really
trying to think
bad.
of anything like worse than that.
Yeah,
I it's hard to, but it might jog. Give me a moment.
I went to a party the night that a bunch of people in college were finding out if they got to medical school, and the hubris of doing that.
No, that's crazy.
Was crazy because
did you apply to medical school too?
No, I did. This was just the worst thing that I think I saw happen at a party. It didn't happen to me. I was going the whole time. And it was like 3 people got in and they were really excited, and then the 4th guy did not, and it was
rough.
Really, really bad. This is on the edge of no bummers, but the same guy had a party at his place. And he had a leather-bound, gold-lettered Bible that his dad gave him that he brought home from Europe after World War II. And some girl got so drunk and mad at him that she opened the drawer and pissed on it at a party.
Before or after the news?
This was before. This was before.
That's crazy.
That was the craziest thing.
That's crazy. Because it's like, even if you don't believe in the religion, that's it for you.
Still,
that's it. That's just it for you.
It's over.
You're cooked.
It's over.
Like there's nothing
cooked.
that you can
remember
do.
that time?
Yeah.
That party.
Yeah, that party. I know you don't remember it that well, but we all took notes.
That's it.
You're done.
You're done. That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's bad. On the edge of no bummers.
It was on the edge of. It was teetering. It was teetering. But
no, I don't think I've seen anything particular that is not that's in the no bummers category.
I know.
I don't think I've seen anything on that scale. I watched a kid slip into a bathtub of juice once.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Like bad for that guy, probably.
Yeah.
But that ain't me. And he lived on Long Island. So like you got what was coming to him.
Wow. We just lost all of our listenership at Long Island.
Sorry, Vitelli.
That's it. Just Jesse Vitelli. All right, go back to DS. Sorry, I had to just
Lost Magic.
Because losing Lost Magic is your best DS game.
It's not my best one. It's the one I think about the most, though.
Lost Magic DS.
It was a DS game where you had to. It's on Steam.
Nikki, this is an RTS. You liked an RTS?
Yeah,
this is a real-time strategy.
Yeah, it was an RTS, but you had to draw. Like from the you had to draw the spells, and there was of course, there was a book that you could like reference, but like really, the game was teaching you to remember these symbols and to know when to deploy them situationally. And then there was like
big ask.
Yes, big ask for a child. And then there was like there was like a little narrative, like a JRPG style narrative. I thought it was delightful.
I've played this game.
Yeah, it's good.
I just didn't remember that. Do you know why I've played this game?
Why?
Oh man. Because I'm about to say so many words that I don't think I've said on this show before. I was designing a rune-based magic system for the Chuck Tingle video game that Zoe Quinn was making in 2017.
Well, folks, thank you so much for listening to the podcast this week.
I played this game to.
That's crazy.
To do that.
What an insane set of words, Sean.
It's a really weird set of words.
How was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that, John?
Oh, it didn't come out and will never come out. If I read the list of celebrities that were attached to that, you could fill a party bus with canceled people. It was crazy. It's like we could not pick someone that would do some sort of sex crime in the next like 5 years. It was bonkers. Now, listen, tough. I didn't pick any of those people. I just want to make that very clear. But yeah, that thing's never coming out. Thank God, right? Yeah, but I've played this game though, because I remember this little rune that pops up when you do
to when it's time to draw. You draw in this.
That's
circle.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good game. Lunar Nights was also good, which was the Boktai spinoff, but Kojima had gotten out at that point.
Okay.
I've been really into Hotel Dusk.
What's Hotel? Yeah. I never understood what that was.
Room 215. It is a really slow mystery game. It's for DS, not 3DS.
Okay.
Where you hold the DS like this.
Okay.
It plays. It plays a story, and you walk around at a hotel, and you're a salesman. But there's so many mysteries going on, and you're going to find your old police friend from the back in the day before he stabbed you in the back.
Damn.
Oh, and it's got this cool like line drawing kind of like aesthetic.
Yeah, it's super sketchy, very few colors.
I love that.
It's really nice. I love
this is cool.
It's one of the only I've been playing a lot of detective games as well, just to get more of an understanding of the genre, what's out there, like what the kinds of detective games are. And this one does a really cool thing of realizing the moment you think of a question. Like when someone says something sus, you're like, huh. And it like tracks your question on the screen. It shows that you have a question for later, like when it's time to ask it. And I just thought that was really neat, and it adds a lot to it. Like as I was watching a playthrough, I was like, oh damn, like I'm curious about that too. Hold on, ask that question, like ask that, like backseating. So I don't know, it's really sweet, and I wanted to play it myself after watching a few hours of it, because I was like, this just looks really fun, and there looks like a lot of variance between the conversations. Like I was reading that you can miss. You can be too hard on someone who isn't really lying, and they can like clam up and not tell you vital information later, and you low-key lose the game. So it's got a lot of nuance to it in a way that Ace Attorney is really like, I've got you. This one's like, what did you mean by that?
Yeah, for sure.
And just slowly getting more info. So it's nice.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine? That's the thing, right? Someone was like, oh, listen, the DS rules, but what if you turned it 90 degrees?
What if it was
like, what if you turned it 90 degrees? And like, you just can't do that with anything else.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Right.
Like your monitor.
Yeah.
Like you just can't. That's nuts. And even like the Switch has the potential for that, right? But there are like 2 games that are in that portrait orientation, and they don't do it the way that you
I can't even think of one.
There are a couple of shmups that are in that portrait orientation, vertical, but you have to have them. You have to hold the Switch real weird, because then you're using the Joy-Con only on one side. Like
so, it's just like teetering
balancing
constantly.
It too.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. I don't know if I would like that, but Switch is like hard to do that because it's kind of long. I really liked a game called Infinite Space, which is a Platinum Games joint. Also Nude Maker was the other. Nude
John
Maker. That's right.
What kind of game are you playing?
Yeah, why are you playing porn games on your DS?
On the DS.
These are the same. Nude Maker are the same people that co-developed Steel Battalion with Capcom.
What do I type into the computer to get the video
Nude
game
Maker?
that you're saying?
Infinite Space. DS.
Wait.
Infinite Space DS.
What is Nude Maker?
The other developer. They co-developed. Yeah, no. I didn't play a game.
I thought the game was called Nude Maker.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, check out this cool website I found. It's called Brazzers.com. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but it's like, there's some wild stuff on it. No, Nude Maker is the name of the studio.
I see.
They also co-made Steel Battalion with Capcom.
Yes.
But Infinite, what's this one about?
Infinite Space is like a weird kind of, it's an RPG, but it has a lot of like, you're basically just a ship and some people inside of it, and you're traveling between planets. There's a little bit of management stuff going on.
Do their little icons like pop up and they say text sort of thing?
Yeah, they do that. They have sequences like that. You know, and you're like, I think it's been a while since I played it, but it's like you're like recruiting people to fill these like important parts on the ship and all this stuff, and it's like customizing the ships and all that stuff, which I loved a lot. I played this game a ton.
Hey.
Last time I checked, which has been a while, you could buy this game for like literally like $500 on eBay because it's like super super rare.
I'm gonna save up and buy it, John.
But now you get good.
So when I play it and I give you my thoughts. That's how I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it basically sold out really fast, and they didn't like make a lot of them. I think they made like 100,000 copies or something, and basically sold out and didn't make more. So it was like, okay, all right, it's pretty rare. But I think that's a really good one. It's least off the beaten path. Like I love Mario Kart DS and Bowser's Inside Story. Like I love those games too. But I feel like everyone talks about those. So.
I'd never played Bowser's Inside Story. So
it's the best one of those.
It's the best one of those.
Yeah. I got Dream Team as well, and Mario Bowser's something else.
Bowser swallows them, and they're little, and they're in his body, and Bowser like goes around and does stuff. It's really funny.
It's really well written. Like
really well written.
It feels that game is really. I have so many questions about the way that the treehouse works at Nintendo because like the script that they must get, I do wonder if it is it's localization, it's not translation, but I do wonder how much of it is like we're just gonna write another fucking video game about this. Right. That like we have here the mechanics that we have to work with, but we're going to write a different video game. But I'm not smart enough I don't know Japanese, so like I don't know how different they feel to consume, but like that game is really, really funny. And I wonder how much of it is like inbuilt or how much of it is organic from the treehouse.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, I have to imagine there is a process by which you get the script. Someone knows the language front and back, and they're basically like, yeah, okay, culturally, like 90% of this is going to make sense. So let's just write a new one. Like, I think that probably happens.
Does it feels like super North American?
Yes. It's just like, it just makes sense in English in a way that like doesn't, like it doesn't
feel like it was just directly translated. It feels like they took a lot of liberties, which they probably needed to.
Localization teams are really good at that.
They're amazing.
Picking up those mannerisms and the kind of joke that something is. Being like, okay, well, we can't do that because there's no word that means both of these two things in English. Yeah. You know? So how do we like do something around that? It's really fascinating. I don't know how they do that. I'm trying to learn Japanese right now, and it's really hard.
It is hard.
Like being able to know another language so well and be like, okay, here's another funny joke like that.
Yes,
like, it's sick.
I've started to listen. I guess Duolingo. I don't think they've kept it up. But someone told me that Duolingo's podcasts in Spanish are actually really interesting because they basically tell stories like about cultural touch points about different things, and then flip between English and Spanish and it's good. So I started to listen to that to brush up on my Spanish. And I'm like, it was so easy to learn shit as a kid, and as an adult, it's hard to even get it back. Like once you knew it, it's like it's hard to reclaim it if you don't exercise the muscle.
So soft.
The brain used to be so soft, so ready to get new info.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
You should download Brain Age.
Dude, download. Huh?
From
the
DS. The DS store is closed. The DS store is done. Sorry.
Stop all the downloads.
No, just go downstairs to your bodega and go, hey, can I get Brain Age?
Can I get a copy of Brain Age, please?
You got it.
I'll take one Brain Age.
Hey, Poppy.
2 Kirby's. Can I say something? Is it safe here?
Yeah.
I get scared when there's a Mario game and he's not just jumping around. Like,
for sure. if he's got stuff
when you
to
say it's got great writing in a Mario game, I'm like, what do you mean? Like that third jump noise is really good.
Yeah, that wahoo really hits. Yeah.
But I'm
really
curious, because I feel like they tried those things on the DS, but I don't see that on Switch, right? Like the jumping Mario won out that whole.
But the thing
battle.
that's the thing I think is so rough, right? They did. Oh
no,
my AirPod fell out. They did lose something between the GameCube to DS to Wii generation. They absolutely lost something because Super Paper Mario might not be a good video game, but the writing is really good in it.
Yeah, it is.
And Origami King is an unbelievably well-written video game.
Yeah.
Horrible to play. Just a nightmare to actually endure.
Just like nails on a chalkboard. Like Nintendo waterboarded me with that gameplay. Like it's horrible. It's so bad, but it's like really the little good. The little set pieces and exploration and the writing, all of that shit is so good.
Incredible.
I'm just like,
and then there's nothing for you to and then you have to play the video game, and then it's like, well, I don't want to do that.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
So they did have it. They did used to have both of them, where the jumping Mario was good and the talking Marios were good, but now they've kind of lost it, and now it's just the jumping Mario is
the jumping Mario, and then Mario's in a different place, and he's having fun with his friends.
He's got a car now.
Golf,
yeah.
But they don't make those
Mario.
Ones. Right, but like
no, they don't.
The only one that they make that is not a jumping Mario is Kart.
They do golf. They did golf on Switch.
No, but that's not them. Like Nintendo internally doesn't make that
Nintendo
one.
and Turtles.
Like that.
I didn't even know.
That's Camelot. No, who makes Mario Golf?
They just passed him the guys.
Yeah, it's Camelot. So, which is like, I also think is like an implicit acknowledgement on their part, where they're like, we don't got it. We don't have the juice over here. But Camelot's been making all the sports ones since the 90s. So,
sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
They should make another Wii Sports.
Yeah, they should. They made something called Switch Sports, Nikki. Didn't you play that?
Not the same. I played a lot of it.
Can we I do want to how do you feel? Okay, this is a total tangent, but how do you feel that the Switch Sports people feel now that they brought back Mii's for Tamagotchi Life on Switch 2?
Oh, for sure.
Because that feels like that was not only the missing ingredient, but definitely a big part of why Switch Sports felt like a weird.
Yeah, because you had to make you had made a weird little avatar that was not quite. That was somewhere between a Mii and then an Xbox 360 avatar.
Right.
I don't really understand what Nintendo's fear of being like, hey, do you remember the unbelievably popular Nintendo Wii? Like, why are they afraid of that?
Wait, why do you say they're afraid of the Wii?
Because it's like I would have the Wii Shop music as many places as I possibly could.
I would too.
The eShop music would just be the Wii Shop.
If they sold the MP3.
Yes.
Like we're it's not a bit. We're entering a generation where more people associate the Wii theme with TikTok than they do.
Yeah, with Nintendo's own shit, which is like and that's you're giving it away.
Right, so you're giving it away.
It's like the Mii should still be. You can make a Mii on the Switch, but it's like for what? Like you're not gonna
for what?
You're not gonna do it.
On DS they're like, okay, we're gonna use your Mii.
Yes, your Mii like, everywhere. There's multiple. Yeah, like the Miiverse stuff. Like the idea that like Street Pass is so integral to the 3DS. And that is just Mii's. It's a continuation of the Mii. And then they were like, actually,
we could be hitting 2 decades of Mii's.
Yeah.
Which feels right. Like we should have been able to do that.
Mii's, the Mii's are as important of a character to Nintendo, I actually think, as Samus is. Like tier-wise, like I actually think Samus and the Mii's have like equal footing.
That's bold, but Nikki, I agree with you. I do agree.
I think a lot of people tangentially care about Mii's enough. I think it does equate to the diehard Metroid fans. Like it's a smaller subset of the audience.
Sure.
So you're right. No, I hear you.
So it doesn't make any sense to me, but they should have just called this one Wii Sports 3 instead of Switch Sports.
Have to change the name. Unfortunately.
Or like just remake Wii Sports. Like you can't play Wii Sports. Nintendo won't let you play Wii Sports. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. I do like the idea of just like play Nintendo Entertainment System golf on the Nintendo Switch.
You can't do that.
Wii Sports, you can't do that. You can't do that.
You're right, and it's the same tech. Like if Joy-Cons can do what they can do, then they can just emulate that. Pretty simply.
There's
like a nunchuck. Come on.
People are trying to tell you that Mario Kart World is $80, but you're saying that they can't just put HD textures on Wii Sports and put that fucker for free on the Switch too?
Oh, for free? Come on.
For $55?
For 55 American dollars. Yeah.
That's a news story. I could literally see that happen. Like it makes sense in my head. True. So many games getting remasters. I'm like, wow, you just came out.
It just came out.
You just came out, yeah.
But now Wii Sports. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Wii Sports. 10 years ago, we had Wii Sports. No, it doesn't work. But yeah, we could have had 20 years of Mii's. Instead, we got this crap. But we might get them back with Tamagotchi Life. I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, that looks really silly.
It looks really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm really glad they brought that back. I'm just excited that we get. I'm excited that we get Harold back. If you don't know Harold, you should just search Tamagotchi Harold on YouTube and just like let it wash over you for an hour. It's really good. Nikki, you and I got a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, well, John got me a
oh my gosh
Nintendo Switch 2. Thank you.
Let's actually talk about what happened last night because Walmart, Target, Best Buy, all kind of shit the bed
simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
I did get one at Walmart pretty fast.
Yeah.
If folks don't know, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out on June 5th, and everyone we know will be in Los Angeles, California, which is not where most people are from.
Yeah.
In my circle. Nikki is receiving
6.
I won't even say. Okay,
6.
Okay, sure. I was going to say between 5 and 17 Nintendo Switch 2s to their house.
Oh my god!
Because people are just sending them to Nick
to my home,
which is incredible. Yeah, we sat there for another hour after mine worked, and you could never get in, and I finally got in at Best Buy.
Were you guys just on call?
Yeah, we were on stream. We were streaming for like 5 hours last night. We played Marathon, which we'll talk about in a little while. But yeah, what Nikki and I couldn't get over, and I mean, like, this has to do with a little bit with like, okay, I guess I just don't know how anything works. And that's okay. I really want to talk to anyone in charge of Target or Walmart or Best Buy's website.
Yeah.
Because like,
what did they think
was going to happen? Because these sites were breaking in ways I've not seen websites break, logging us out.
The number of times that I was on the Target website with the thing in my cart, then I would click complete purchase, and then it would delete all of my payment information exclusively out of the fucking cart. Then I would have to type it back in, and it would be like, it's not in your cart anymore. We don't know what happened.
Not in your cart.
It's like, gang, like, what in the system says, well, just delete the payment information.
Just delete it. It's fine.
Fuck Ticketmaster. They do have it right. When you sign in, the part where when 1,000,001 people are trying to buy tickets to the same event, you get in a line. Yeah. And there's no way around it. You're just in the line. When it's your turn in line, you look and see what they have. And then you have 10 minutes. Ostensibly, that's how Walmart is supposed to work. And that's, I think, how Best Buy is also supposed to work. But I actually don't. I think those lines are not real. The Ticketmaster line,
fake.
They're fake. The Ticketmaster line, I actually do think is real. Like, I actually think, I'm sure it is like
fake to a degree.
It is faked to a degree, but like, yeah, you get in there and then they're like, you're in line. You're like 18,838th in line.
Mm-hmm.
Just hang out here for 25 minutes and we'll get you in, and then you won't buy the Kendrick tickets. And then you're like, well, okay, at least I waited in line and I was able to see and understand what happened.
I could have got something.
I could have gotten something, but if I wasn't 18,000th in line. But in this, it's like there's no visibility for no reason. Like you click on it, it's like get in line, and it's like, okay, sit on this webpage that looks the exact same as the webpage that you left to get here. No indication of progress. And then it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, now buy it. What happened to me and happened to a couple of other people, because John got his and then we were on for about another hour, and then John got through on Best Buy. But John didn't click on the Best Buy links until after I had clicked on the Best Buy links.
Oh,
John,
I was like really behind.
Really far behind. But like my Best Buy links never updated. I then went on my banking app right before I went to bed because I was like, okay, like I paid John for the Switch, and then I was like looking to see what happened, and I had 5 attempted payments on my Bank of America thing, and then 5 refunds immediately afterwards. And then what I think happened was that Bank of America was part of the reason why some of them didn't go through yesterday. But do you think that they informed me that they were having questions about? No, of course not. Like, absolutely, they didn't let me know. Also,
but you got through.
I did get through. I think it's so damning and is so loud that Bank of America was like, they're not spending $500 at the same time. That can't be them. That can't be them. You know what? That's fair. That's true.
That's fair.
That's so true. I am rarely spending $500 at the same time. We got there.
Do you think that because like a lot of people had problems like Chase and Bank of America, whatever, do you think like they know that these are coming, or are they surprised by it when they're like, when the bank be like,
they're like, whoa,
what is happening?
Why are 10 million people trying to spend $500 right now?
Yeah,
like, what's happening?
But it's like, is there a person on the staff, on the security team, that is smart enough to make that determination? Absolutely.
But will they do it?
What do they do after having that information?
For sure. Right, because then it's like, okay, if the solution to that attack vector is, well, we'll just let them all through. Well, then you can't do that, because some of them are going to be stolen. Like some of them are going to be fake. So I guess it's like, would you rather... I don't know. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think
I am shocked that I didn't get dinged with any sort of fraud, because I'm like, I'm trying to send 2 things that cost $500 to the same address that I don't live at. Like there's no like when you go sign up for like a mortgage or something, and like the bank is like, which of these addresses is associated with you? Nikki's would not be on that list. Like, and so I just am like I'm surprised I didn't get dinged.
I am going to have to actually contact UPS and FedEx. I think
you will too.
In the first week of June to let them know that multiple packages will be delivered to not my name at my house.
Right.
Which I think is just a little delightful.
It's funny, and
it's not suspicious at all.
Don't ask any questions.
Don't ask a single question. It'll also be really funny if for some reason they get like set into a shipment of like, if the morning UPS guy drops like half of them off, and then the evening UPS guy drops the other half of them off. Like, that's going to be a really fun day for you.
What made you guys want to get it? Because I like Nintendo.
No, for sure.
Fucking suckers, Fūnk-é. I like.
Well, I
feel very industry. Like it felt very industry thing for me. Like I buy into the hey, do you want to play Zelda and Mario and Animal Crossing and Donkey Kong, but it like looks and feels better than the last time you did it? Like that is enough for me, sadly.
Yeah.
Okay. But like $500 is also more than I wanted to spend.
No, for sure
on this. Yeah.
I think so that is part of it for sure. I think my affinity for being abreast of it from an industry perspective has mostly passed away. I actually think it is so unbelievably valuable for in my personal networks of people who are not connected to be like, hey, here is the thing that is existing now. I actually do feel an obligation to my normie friends who are not in this business to be like, this is what video games is. Like, this is what the new Mario Kart looks like. If my positionality in that friend group is to be the one that is bringing them these new experiences, and I get to write it off on my taxes, which is like a non-zero aspect of it. Like, yeah, like I'll bite that bullet because then I do then get to play Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, etc. But like, that is the thing that is it for me. I am so excited to take this over to my friend's house the weekend after SGF so we can sit around and play Mario Kart. Like, I cannot wait for that. And that is why I am excited about it, not particularly because it is the new thing. Like, that part of it is not. Like, I don't really care about that. Yeah, because otherwise, like, I just would have wait. Like, yeah, like, I need to get it day one? Absolutely not. But I do think there is some kind of value in like informing the other people around me as to like what the state of the medium is, because that's the part of the job that I think is important to me.
Yeah, like here's what they're making fun.
Yes, now
out of here. This is the device that they're making fun onto.
Yeah,
and here's the first attempts at that.
Yes,
I think that's really cool.
And I actually feel like anecdotally aware, like general audience awareness of when these things are dropping has gone down. Probably.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Probably because the state of our general media is like so bad, and also like whatever, like the obvious, like everything is on fire so much that this is like the 1 millionth, most important story on people's minds. But it's like I also feel that way, Nikki, in a big way of like, oh, like you didn't know that this is great, cool, I get to tell you about this.
Yeah, no,
this
I had really two people text me today asking about how to pre-order it, and I had to be like, it's over.
Sorry. Yeah.
like it's over now.
Hey, unless you're at GameStop right now.
No, that's literally what I said. I was like, unless you're at GameStop right now, it's over. And one of them, I was like, because I'm still on the Nintendo list to do the pre-order through them, but that's a lottery. And I was like, if I win that lottery, like, and you want one, like, you can have that, you can have it, but like, otherwise you're gonna have to wait until closer to July, I think, if that's your plan. But yeah, to that point, John, like I think people just don't know anymore. There was a period of time where people were, and it's a cultural thing, right? Like when the Nintendo Wii launched, you could go to the Best Buy and there were people outside. So that meant
hundreds of people outside,
which meant that like the news went to the Best Buy to talk about the launch of the Nintendo Wii. Yeah. So even if they weren't doing good coverage of the video game aspect of it, but from here is a thing that exists on the planet perspective, we like don't have that anymore. So yeah, I think that is, I think, it for me. That's why I was like, I do want to get it now. Also, I have no faith in my government to allow more in after after this wave. So it was it will not be cheaper than it is right now.
Yeah, this is the cheapest.
That's a good point.
It's gonna be for a really long time.
I was like, I have that part too. Like I was like, I have to get one now because it's not going to go down in price.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think I would have. I'm pretty resistant to it. Like I played a lot of Nintendo stuff growing up.
Yeah.
And I find, I agree that my friends don't know that a Switch 2 is coming out. Like I think they'd be like, oh, whoa, a Switch 2. What does it do? I'd be like, it's just like, it's the old one.
Yeah, it's the old one.
It's the old one. It's the old one better. That's it.
Yeah. But I do get that joy when I show them games, because I guess a lot of my friends that aren't in the games industry haven't been there for the past few generations.
Yes.
So I played Death Stranding with them the other day, and they're like, this is crazy.
No, yeah.
Why did this guy put his name everywhere at the start? And I'm like,
oh, brother.
He's big for this shit, man. He's allowed to do all that. Don't worry about that. So I get that joy, and I'm like, I there's so many games out there that I feel like I can share those ones with them, and they're just as excited. But I would have gotten one if Smash 6 or whatever it would be called,
for sure
dropped. I'd be like, okay, just come on.
No, for sure.
make
And
it
I
fast.
think that's the thing with Nintendo, right? Is that like they're increasingly, right? You looked at the launch of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox series, idiots. And you're like, okay, awesome. What are we gonna do? Like, what games are coming up? Destruction All-Stars, that's awesome. Great job, Sony. You had all this fucking time, and the game you came out to launch this console with was Destruction All-Stars. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna get another God of War. Okay, we're gonna get another Last of Us. Okay, but like those games come out once every 10 years. So
Yeah.
you can miss it because it has been so long since the last time you had one. So it doesn't make a difference. Nintendo is so different because they have a million and one little things that are someone's favorite thing.
I know. Like they got an army of them.
Yes. So like when this cycle might not be it for you, right? Like this wave, this Mario Kart, they'll sell this Mario Kart World, this Donkey Kong
like
wave,
Metroid. You might skip.
Yeah.
In a year, you might be way more interested in what's coming out.
Because it's like the next year, I would bet money that it is a real Mario, it is a real Pokemon, it is a real Pikmin. Or honestly, no, I would actually bet money that it is next year's slate, the big three would be. I fucking lost all three of the games I just said. It's Animal Crossing, Mario, and
Pokemon?
Pokemon. So it's Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and the 3D Mario is what I would wager would be next year, and I would figure Smash is the following year, right? Which all that means is that like software-wise, Nintendo does have the library. It's big enough that they're like, okay, like yeah, fine, whatever. If you don't want it this year, we'll get you.
I know.
Don't worry about it. We'll get you.
We'll get you.
Oh
yeah. No, it's exciting. Yeah. I mean, I think the Donkey Kong game looks particularly interesting enough for me to like jump in now.
Yeah. It looks like Odyssey to me. Like it looks like a lot of the jumping around, hitting stuff.
Yeah. It's there's so much red faction in it, which is I think really funny.
Really?
Yeah, like the whole environment is destructible. Like the entirety of the environment is destructible, and you have to interact with the fact that the environment is destructible to create your own platforms to move and progress your way through these levels. Like it seems it feels in a way that like Nintendo games very rarely feel. It feels tech demo first. It really feels like they were like, can we get destructibility to this degree running on this thing? And then they were like, yeah, we can. And then they were like, oh, okay.
What do we do with
a video game about it? And they were like, yeah, I guess we can. Usually they don't
just
feel
the
like
guy.
That. Yeah, exactly. They were like, you know who would fuck this up? Donkey Kong. So it's like, it doesn't usually feel like Nintendo games run that way or are made that way, but that's what this one feels like.
Yeah.
And Mario Kart World. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say Mario Kart World. I am not really a fan of Mario Kart games, but
right side of history, I think.
Yeah,
this one I'm
we agree. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys. This one though, I was like, whoa, you can go off the road.
No,
like, that's the stuff I care about, you know, like just driving around and being like, hey, beep, beep.
No,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
Really
it's like, there was like a clip, there was a clip where like four people were just vibing and they like stopped at like the diner during sunset and like to take a picture. And I was like, oh, that sold me on this game way more than
for sure
anything else.
And there is something in my brain that is so like, I'm amped about Mario Kart World. Because I love Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is one of my favorite games. Too. And I think there is something in my brain that fundamentally still cannot process the idea that anybody at Nintendo ever played any of the Forza Horizon games. But it is so loud and obvious that they did. And they said, oh, we'll just make one of those. Like, again, it's rare for a Nintendo game to be another thing.
Yeah.
Usually
I'm not as familiar with thing. I see car.
Yeah, Forza Horizon. So there's Forza Motorsport. Casually? Yeah, Motorsport is the simulation one. So it's like you pick your car, you pick the track, you race.
The different seasons.
Yeah. But so in motorsport, yes, you can change the weather and stuff, but in Horizon is more arcadey than it is sim, but it is less arcadey than like Need for Speed or Burnout. Right. But it is somewhere in between the simulation feel and that like hyper arcadey driving experience. But then they were like, okay, well, we're just going to build a huge open world and there's going to be a lot of shit to do. So yeah, like very specifically, there are races, there are point-to-point races, there are circuit races. Yes, but there are also like there's collectibles that you have to go around the map to find. There are little like very tiny puzzles that you can solve. There are in the later Forza Horizon games, there are these really silly set pieces where they're like you're racing a train. You're racing 2 airplanes now.
Oh God.
You're racing 4 hot air balloons. You need to get there before the hot air balloons get to wherever you're going. And it's like, yeah, like they're goofy. The conceit started out as it was like, what if it was Coachella, but it was also a car show? And then it very slowly, the narrative parts of it, I think, have really fallen away. And it's like the most like, hey guys, don't you like being online and having followers and cars? And like that part, you can kind of pump the brakes on Playground, but like the conceit of it is still there. It's like, what if you had this beautiful big open world with a bunch of destructibility and all of the cars that you want, and all of your friends can be in it. You can have up to really nice. There's a battle royale mode in it for some reason in the new one, which is really goofy. Like, well,
it reminds me of Fortnite, right? Like sometimes it's just fun to drive around in a vehicle with like
exactly,
like,
and like
it's enjoyable.
It makes sense that if you're looking for what to do next from Mario Kart 8, a game that people will play until the sun explodes, right?
Yeah.
It cannot be more Mario Kart 8. People they've tried. They milked that cow for a decade. Which is crazy.
They spelled 8 with like a million H's. They were just like 8. Okay, all right, wow.
So now obviously it's like, yeah, okay, if the next step then is you have to give these people for whom this will be one of their first open world driving games, right? Like which is like a really cushy situation to be in if you're any game developer, right? It's like, you know that you're bringing them their first thing, even though you're not actually the first thing. Right. Cool scenario to be in. So I think I'm excited about it. I worry that it might not be as fleshed out as some of the Horizon games will have been.
Right.
But ideally, like we saw the support that Mario Kart 8 got, even though it was a lot of track addition, like if they have this new open world game mode, hopefully they're updating that and seeing how people play with that and seeing how they can actually make it more robust if it is.
And the idea that they can just simply add more areas, which is what Forza Horizon did. Yeah, like Forza Horizon's move was like, we put a scary island in it. The weather on here fucking sucks. There's a volcano. Then they were like, oh, actually, we found this new island off the shore. This one was my favorite one. We found this new island off the shore. It's all Lego. We don't know what happened. It's all Lego.
Like
all of it's Lego.
Partnership?
Yes, partnership with Lego. It was like the cars are Lego, the tracks are Lego. You can run, all the houses are Lego. You can drive through the houses. It's all Lego. And then they were like, this next island, it's all Hot Wheels. It's just Hot Wheels tracks floating in the sky, suspended.
Really silly.
Yeah, really, really silly stuff. So I think that the doors are really open for them on that front.
Yeah, they could do different theming as well, like internal Nintendo things.
Yes.
Donkey Kong.
Absolutely.
Line.
Yes.
Yeah. Like now you're driving across Hyrule from Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
that would be cool.
Yeah. So much stuff you could be doing with that entire thing. Yeah, I'm excited about Mario Kart. I can't believe it. You know, I'm worried a little bit that I'll just like I'll hype it up in my head, then I'll start playing it and be like, oh well, it's Mario Kart 9. Cool. But I think there's enough going on that it's really exciting. Nikki, should we talk about Marathon?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
You guys been playing?
Yeah. We got into the alpha, which was not hard.
We congratulate us, Fūnk-é.
Yeah, please.
Congratulate
us.
Please.
I was gonna ask you first, like, what is it like?
Really hard.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow, I really appreciate it.
I just saw like a video of something being like coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't. What's up? What is it?
It's a.
I saw you tweet that it was floaty.
It was floaty as fuck. I think that's my TV though.
It is.
I think it's my TV.
It's a little bit of both.
I think it's a little bit of both, but it feels way better on this monitor when I was playing it yesterday than it did when I was playing it on TV. But there's some stuff I need to like poke around on the TV to figure it out. It's an extraction shooter from Bungie. The maps are not as big as I thought they were going to be.
They're not very big.
Extraction shooter. What is that?
So great question. You go in, you're picking up garbage, and that's just what it is. You're picking up a bunch of trash.
Nikki's not told a single lie yet. So
you drop on the map, you pick up a bunch of stuff. It's PvPvE. So there around these bases, there are AI opponents that are guarding some of the garbage that you are trying to steal. And then there are also there's like 3 other squads of 3 on the map with you at the same time who have the same objective as you,
trying to get the
which is to get the same stuff. Did you play the Division, Fūnk-é?
No.
Okay.
I played the finals.
It's like that.
And Lethal Company.
It's like those things together.
Actually, yeah.
It's exactly
like Lethal Company.
It makes a repo a little bit, just in like going into someplace.
It's exactly that. And the tension, right, comes from you could die at any time because you don't know where any of you don't know what's going to happen on these maps, which is like some of my favorite stuff, which like is great on one hand because the first 25 hours I think I play of this game are going to be banger, and then I think the following hours when I have kind of figured out the bounds of it are going to be a little less exciting to me. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But at any point in time, you could turn a corner and there's human opponents, and it's like, how powerful are they? Who knows? Are you more powerful than them? Who knows? You could, regardless of how powerful they are or you are, if you're positioned poorly, you could win or they could win. Like I
have 2 questions to understand this a bit more. So are you collecting loot that then your character keeps and you go to a new place with these weapons and armor? You
have the stuff. So say John and I yesterday, we picked up at one point, John picked up the shotgun, right? Sheesh. And we kept it for a couple of rounds, and then I picked up a couple of matches prior, before I had started playing with John. I picked up a handful of mods for a shotgun. I didn't have the shotgun, but they were in my vault. I brought them in with me to a run, and I just gave them to John. You only keep the stuff that you leave with. If you die in the round, you lose everything that you're carrying.
Lose everything. Yep.
Everything at all.
Yes. Everything. So if it's on your person and you die, you lose it. Yes. Unless you get out, in which case you keep the stuff.
Okay, that's
the stakes are really high, and like
the stakes are high.
That's where the game is.
And can you loot? Can you loot other people if they have like really good?
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. So it's such an interesting, because I haven't really played a lot of extraction shooters, but it's like it's kind of a self-guided experience in the sense of like, okay, I'm gonna go scavenge a couple of these places and then head straight to the extraction point and get out.
Yeah.
Or you can like push your luck and say, I'm going to spend 25 full minutes here. I'm going to like hunt the other people. I'm going to get their stuff. I'm going to do a couple of objectives. I'm going to get out, and like, then I'll have like an incredible payday. It's a little self-guided, but it's like, I think the tension is exactly kind of what Nikki was saying. Like if I drop into Apex Legends, I know there are, 33 other teams that dropped on this island. And I know that my goal is to kill them. And I know that like we are on some sort of even playing field for the most part when we start. And in this game, it's like, you really don't know.
Yeah, there's zero.
You have no idea.
Other
so you don't know how many. You don't know how many players could be joining. Like, is there a range? I
think it's 12 people. I think it's 4 teams of 3 plus the AI. Or honestly, it might be 3 teams of 3. It might be 9. I actually don't know off the top of my head.
It does not feel like many.
No, because again, the maps are really small.
Yeah.
Not really small. It takes a while to get from point A to point B because you're slow, but like the maps are not like these expansive. It's not the Fortnite map because there's multiple of them.
Close quarters and design.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Colin went off when he made all 3 of these maps by
Shout out
hand.
Way to go, Colin. I mean, legitimately,
no, shout out to Colin. Like, the density of these maps is kind of nuts.
The density and like the just the number of exits in an interior that you have to kind of like. That was also kind of exhilarating. Like, it never felt frustrating to me to walk into an interior and go, I gotta find the exits, and it's like you go scope the exits kind of before you start to search everything because the exits could eventually be filled by robots who have found you or a team or whatever. And there is this like kind of really there's a really beautiful tension in the environmental design specifically.
Yeah. And there are also so many ways that the player can affect those things. Almost all of the windows in the game are shuttered. So if you press, there's a button next to them that turns them into walls. But they're only one way accessible. So if you're inside and you press the button, you can't get shot through that window from the outside, which means that the person who's trying to get you has to come all the way around to come get you. And you can control, obviously you can control that. You can control the ingress and egress so that you can lure a person in up the walls and then leave if you wanted to. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do there.
Or like go set up by the door, like have someone else on the team, like 2 of them right by the door. Interesting. No, that's cool. I was a bit underwhelmed on the first statement of the concept because I was like, okay, I feel like I would understand it, but then all of these scenarios that can spawn from the environment, like how it's designed, how loot is ongoing, and there's so much risk. Even if someone's like super cashed out, like you could trick them like that. Like as you said,
there's so many
Tom
ways
and Jerry them and then get a bunch of good loot and get out of there.
Yeah. And also,
nice.
I think it is one of the best looking video games I've ever seen. Like, straight up, I think it looks
in my life played a video game that looks like this. It is.
All right, I gotta play this game.
I mean,
y'all play a lot of video games.
I mean,
I trust you.
Yeah,
I think it is, and I was saying this to Nikki. Like, I think it rules that they settled with an aesthetic and a series of like all the way from like camera angles when you watch your teammate play after you die.
Yeah,
like there's so many choices that I think are polarizing. I think they will be polarizing. I think there are people who will look at this game and go, I don't like the way this looks. It makes me feel tired when I look at it. I can totally see that happening. I'm on the flip side of that where I'm like, thank God they made these like
they made
big
a
decisions.
Choice.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the color palette is both like sick as hell in both directions. It's like sick, like, wow, this is so slick and amazing, and it's sick, like there's something putrefying about like some of what's happening around here. There's something odd. There's something off about it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's
the
off in a really fun way.
Both.
The world, both.
There's like that. We went into a cave yesterday, Fūnk-é, and we were like, hey, what are these egg things? And then bugs started coming out of the eggs. And then we shot the eggs, like the egg nests, and then you get meat out of them.
Yeah. and then like you might go in, like you might go into interiors where it's like imagine some sort of weird workshop where like the person who designed it's like you got to have a bunch of neon reds and greens in here and alongside all like everything is very plastic, everything is very like boxy, everything is very it's just a very deeply considered aesthetic, which like I said this on some other show, I can't remember, but like if I described it to someone, you might go, oh, okay, that's what Cyberpunk 2077 looks like. No. No, this is a very different kind of thing that is like, it's a riff in that direction generally.
What do you think separates it?
Well, color palette,
any sense of artistic design. Like there's no, the thing about that was mean.
I have the art book. I like some of their aesthetics.
It's not all bad. I think Cyberpunk is pretty good.
That's why I said it was mean.
I know.
There was a
hey Nikki, I think you're being mean there.
I was being mean. it's realism. That's all it is. Cyberpunk 2077 is imagining a world that is in a reachable future. It is 2077. It is rooted in conceits that are understandable to our minds and brains.
Yeah.
Whenever Marathon takes place is so far past it that it's like, oh, they aren't moored to anything other than the fact that humans are bipedal. Like actually, really, that is kind of the only thing that is great. Like humans are bipedal. There are computers.
In fact, I'm almost shocked that there isn't a character class that is not bipedal, right? Like I can almost see that being something in the future of like them trying, because like aside from just like hitbox considerations, like it is such a far future that we don't see in games often.
Yeah. It feels out of time, but grounded in the trappings of a video game what has guns in it, you know? So it's like that part you can link to, but like you're in space. Like it's like Cyberpunk is still in California, you know? Like
I want to say something actually insane, because now I'm realizing what it kind of reminds me of. Imagine if they made a shooter that's really interesting out of like the gummy ship shit from Kingdom Hearts. but like in a good way.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is like a weird thing to say, but it's like it's a lot of like simple shapes grafted onto each other. And it's like,
oh, this is cute. I never played Kingdom Hearts. I just looked up gummy ship. This is really cute.
Yeah, it's a weird comparison, but I do think like just the simple geometry of it, and like there's a richness of the environment, but it's also very flat in a lot of ways, which is it's just a combination of things that I have just not seen in a modern video game, and it's pretty cool. I'm a little bit with Nikki. I'm like, 20 hours, 30 hours, maybe. I don't know what else this game could offer that would keep me coming back beyond that. I don't personally care. That's not something that like I think about of like, I really want to get into a 100-hour video game. I just don't do that. But
now, did John leave? John's gone, huh?
So long.
Bye, John. I'll pick up where he left off. I also don't want to play a game that's 100 hours long, particularly. I love the idea of a game that I can get in and get out of. John's back. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, know you're fun. Hey.
What
happened?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I got taken to a screen that said something went wrong.
Okay.
And
so
then
I
clicked a button, and then I'm back. I don't think anything is wrong.
No, nothing. I don't think anything happened. All our stuff's still uploading.
Okay, looks like all of our stuff is okay, so we're good. Never mind.
I finished your
thought. I've just never seen anything like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
We can move on. Do y'all want to hear about a French RPG?
Yeah, RPW.
Yes. I played some of that. Wow.
Did you play Clair Obscur?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was on Game Pass. So I was like, let me check.
Let's talk about it. I've only played the first like hour and a half. It's so fucking French.
Oh yeah. And I was like, how did you guys know we're French? Like,
really,
it reminds
French.
me of the baguette kid from BioShock Infinite, like hopping around.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys see that, but it's really French. And also, everyone's trying to like fuck the main characters.
Everyone.
Sorry, I don't know if I can swear on here, but
no, you can.
Okay, well, I was like, dang, like what is happening here?
Gustav the main character looks like a little like kind of a French Robert Pattinson.
Our Pats, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then it's just like in the first 10 minutes, everyone's just like, hey, Gustav, sucks that you broke up with your girlfriend, but this other girl definitely wants to fuck. It's like, I'm like, can we slow? I just met this guy. Like, I don't know he might suck ass. I don't know if I want him like all over these people, but like in the first minutes, it's crazy. It's like, Nikki, do you know the conceit of this game?
Yeah. You turn 33, you die. And then every year it gets younger. So eventually, if you don't do it, there's a world where they're sending 9-year-olds out there to fight this evil lady.
Right.
my God, I didn't even know that's what's happening.
What?
I only played. No, I didn't.
It's in the trailers.
I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I'm picking up this game. I'm like,
No, it's
what
good.
even? When I found it was Persona, I was
It's
like,
not.
damn, that shocked me.
Yeah.
Well, when I saw the gameplay, the combat, and I was playing, I was like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be this kind of game.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like hack and slash sort of.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get to the harbor, John. You've played past there. I was just
I've gone
walking
to the harbor,
and I just spoke to everyone. It was a really long starting sequence.
Start sequence. Yeah,
I think I would prefer that it was briefer because I am someone that gets lost in these conversations. I was just
Game's
like,
short,
let me do this little thing. Let me do this little thing. Oh, it's short?
Yeah.
Okay,
the game is apparently short, but Fūnk-é, I totally agree with you. Like, I got fatigued pretty fast, and most of the conversations were not interesting enough to exist. To be honest, I was kind of like, "Ooh, y'all could have probably dumped about half of these." Like, I don't know if we needed all of this. I'm hoping the rest of the game is a little bit less like that and a little more like streamlined. I think it might be.
Yeah.
But like, when I say it's French, the first person you meet is wearing a horizontal black striped shirt with suspenders. When I say it's French, you meet up with your ex-girlfriend and she is a girl in a bob wearing a beret.
Amélie.
When I say this game is French, you eventually find a mime that you can fight in the main town square.
I haven't seen him yet.
And you fight the mime.
That's awesome.
He needs to join your party later. So.
When I say this game is French, when someone gets mad, they go, merde! Even though the entire other English voice track is just like English people saying stuff. It's fucking weird that, like, when I think about like American-made RPGs, I guess, like, I'm sure that our influence is all over things, but it's more like maybe like Call of Duty and racing games and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's like, this is like an RPG that's like, hi, I'm Jimbo Cheeseburger. I'm off to a mission. I'm going to go on a mission to kill the painter. The painter's killing all of our 30-year-olds. Let's hop in my Corvette. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, why is it so French? I don't understand, but it's fine. I guess they wanted to remind everyone where they made it. So fair enough.
It's so fascinating though. Like I did notice that as well as while I was playing, and it's cool to see. Yeah, something super French, but then those mechanics from games like Persona and other
cool mechanics.
RPGs. Yeah, and them really building, like, yoinking the best parts of those things, like the press this to feel engaged while you're playing and dodge while people are attacking. Like Thirsty Suitors does that very well as well. And I don't know, I enjoyed that part of it, but I don't think I play games like that often. And then whenever I play one of them, I'm like, this is going to be really long, and I get scared, and then I just put it down. So that's where I am with that. But I'm going to play more because I want to see. I want to learn about what these expeditions are about.
Yeah, it after the harbor, it pops off in a really interesting way. So like, I think you'll it'll be cool. It oscillates between, I feel like, explaining too much and not explaining enough, which like could end up being a net positive. Like, it could just feel good by the end of it, but like early on, it feels a little bit disjointed in that way to me. I also am, frankly, a little less impressed with the art than some. It feels like, like a lot of people. I agree that there is some good art design here, but I think it is distracted. It is distracting that the engine just looks like, hey, I made an Unreal 5 demo. Do you want to check it out? There's like a little bit of that going on. But the combat, to Fūnk-é's point, it's one of those systems where, like, I don't think you'll ever like autopilot through a battle, which is a very cool thing for a turn-based role-playing game. So I'm excited to play more of it. Like I said, I've only played about 90 minutes. It sounds like I've played about 30 minutes more than Fūnk-é has. So, it's on Game Pass. Nikki? No? You won't?
I have nothing to say about it.
You won't say anything about Game Pass?
I have nothing to say about it.
Why did you throw it to Nikki there? Please share.
I used to have a line, but now I don't have the line.
Now you've retired it. The bit, Fūnk-é, is that for about 8 episodes in a row, Nikki would say it's the best deal in gaming and like kind of mean it, which was very funny.
Kind of meant it.
Yeah, kind of meant it. But no, it is on Game Pass. It's very good. There's a lot of good stuff on Game Pass.
You don't believe it anymore? What changed? I was just walking by this. What happened? You're championing it.
Yeah, Nikki, did something happen in the world?
The computer told me to stop. So I'm stopping.
The computer told you to stop.
The computer told me to stop. The guys in the machine said to stop. So
There are great reasons to boycott things if you want, but it is on Game Pass. Just like something else is on Game Pass that I just got, which is
Oblivion.
South of Midnight. Yes,
that's the other one. I hadn't used it in a while, but I was like, oh, these 2 games are in here. Let me check them out.
Yeah,
because I hadn't played them. And South of Midnight, I really enjoyed the start of that game. Like it's really quick into the drama. Like I enjoyed that. I played them like right back to back, and I was like, oh, cool. And it's got this kind of stop motion effect.
Yes, it looks like Spider-Verse. Really positive.
Yeah.
I need to get back.
And especially with the lip, I don't know the term for it, but like the lip tracking and that syncing. Yeah, I find really in a lot of games, it works there. A lot of games trying to be hyper realistic, it gets messy, and I'm like, oh well, I kind of don't want you doing all this work if it's going to look like this. I kind of would prefer just like because that gets the point across. Like playing DS games, most of the guys are just like ba ba ba. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
And it's okay.
You know? And South of Midnight, I feel like does that a lot more. Like stays on these like things that are the way people shape their mouths when they're talking, and it just feels good. Pretty tight, and it looks really visually clean. Like I played it after Clair Obscur as well, and different aesthetics definitely, but it just ran way smoother on my computer, and I could just jump around, and I've been enjoying that one.
Yeah, me too. I've been enjoying that too. I need to get back to it. I've taken a little bit of a break from South Midnight, but I'd like to try to beat it this weekend, which I think I can.
Fūnk-é, can we tell you about Blueprints? I think it's nuts that you haven't heard about this video game. I think you would really like it.
Honestly, also bless your heart. Honestly, bless your heart for not knowing it. Like, I'm so excited. Awesome. It's kind of great.
So, like, it's nuts. I am much less online than I used to be. But then, like, increasingly, I am realizing that I'm unplugged, but like, not really. So to the idea, I am plugged in. But again, much less than I used to be. Okay, Blueprints is a. Do you hear the washing machine?
Oh yeah, Nikki, we can hear the washing machine. The washing machine is in your lap. It is in the microphone.
It's not that far. It's sitting on a chair in the corner of the
room. Like, did you put barley in it? What's happening? Is she okay? Like, what's going on?
It's uneven. It's uneven. It's not
just
level.
Put some sugar packets under it. Jesus Christ.
That'll fix it. Okay, Blueprints is a roguelike house builder puzzle game. You get that you've inherited this house.
Oh my God. I thought you guys were saying blueprints like to a house.
No,
like the layout of a house.
That's the joke.
That's kind of the rub. That's the joke. Huh?
That's the joke. Yep. And then they walked away. Because every day the house resets, you have to put the rooms back down. You're drafting more rooms in the house. There is an overarching narrative that it is told through cutscenes, yes, but it is mostly like you're solving little puzzles that are telling you about the world and who you are and who your family is and what their relationship is to both the region and politically what it means to exist in the place that the thing happens in. I don't know. Did you play Myst or Riven?
No, but I saw you do that.
Okay, so it's like those. Also, like there are.
You saw Nikki just use their big, beautiful brain,
my big mind,
all over it.
But it is a game that really wants you to ask questions about it really puts you okay, here's what I'll say. It puts you, the vocabulary of the game is not super complex.
No.
Which means that it's pretty fast to learn what the game is trying to do. But then once you buy in, the number of things that the game then does with that buy-in is kind of incredible. Like the number of ways that it modifies the ways that the things that it teaches you, and then it's like, actually, this is a little bit different than the ways that you have been moving through it previously. I think it's really good. I think there are a bunch of people who are going to, by the time December rolls around, say that it is an all-timer. I think it's very good. I don't know if I would go that far. I think I have issues, and I've talked about them previously, with the way that the game ends, not from a narrative perspective, but from a mechanical perspective. But I actually really do think that you would like it. It's also it's short. It's like you can get to the first credit roll depending on the RNG, but like you can get there in like 10 or 15 hours.
15 hours. 15 hours.
Yeah. Oh my God. You get what do you guys say right now?
That's as long as Hotel Dusk.
You know what?
That's as long as Hotel Dusk.
I'm not saying Hotel Dusk is a short game. Hey, it's such a short game.
I'm having a harder time. You're right. I'm having a harder time saying something that is longer than 10 hours is short. I am having a harder time saying that.
It is a medium length video game.
It's medium.
Yeah. Yeah.
But medium to me is 30 hours.
Oh,
I think for me, long starts at like 25 and up.
And everything after that is just long.
It's a long game.
Yeah. Persona 5 is not even on the spectrum. It's like,
but that's right. But that's fine. If I'm understanding how long what the spectrum is, okay, is a movie that has an intermission in it just a long movie?
Yeah. What?
Well, how long is the movie?
That's what I'm saying. 4 hours. Like, I feel like it's 4 hours. So the flick is 4 hours. Wow. You're just saying that that's a long movie. It's not a really long movie. It's just a regular long movie.
I don't even. It's already drained so much of my life force that it's long. I can't give it anything.
Okay,
more.
So for a flick, anything past, well, for me, it's 90 minutes. I think that's how long every movie should be.
For Nikki, it's about 75 minutes.
Dude, a 75-minute movie, you get in, get out in 75 minutes. I fucking wish.
I watched Bambi and it was 60 minutes, and I was like, "This is the perfect
that's how long the movie should be."
Whoa, 1 hour.
No ounce of fat on this baby.
No. The day is still here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I think you would like it quite a bit, Fūnk-é.
I had heard about this game before. I didn't play it yet. I downloaded it. But the guy Tonga was, I met him once and he was really nice. He was talking about his game and he was like, I need people to play this.
Yeah.
Like I remember him saying that and I was like, oh shit. Like, nice. That's the game everyone is talking about on my feed, especially Blue Sky. It's like, everyone's talking about the Blueprints. Yes. So I downloaded it and I'm going to play it this weekend when I actually have time to fall into that. Because short, but yes, it's a weekend game.
It requires a time commitment. It requires a time commitment in a notebook.
So it's not notebook?
You gotta write stuff down.
Like,
Yep. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Pull that closer. Let me see that. Well, also, wait, I love the arc on it. It's like a stairway.
Because, the reason that page is like that is because I realized I started to solve the puzzle on this page over here, and then I realized that I was solving the puzzle wrong. So then I started solving it differently on this side over here, and then I realized that this was also wrong, and I couldn't justify the use of a third full page. So then that's why I split it down the middle. Like
corner of shame.
And you know what? This isn't right either.
Oh, that's so cool though. I love your notes. Thank you for showing those.
Yeah. We're gonna scan those and put them on the website.
No, I mean, we can. But like, it's so funny because it's like having gotten to credits now and looking through this notebook and being like looking through and being like, this is what I thought was important, or this is what I thought the game was trying to tell me, and then knowing what actually the game was trying to tell me, or realizing that actually that thing is not important literally at all, is actually really cool. And I haven't felt that way about a video game or taken notes like this since Breath of the Wild. Because again, I was like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I need to keep track of in that one. Have you played any more of it, John?
Yes. Oh, have I played any more Blueprints?
Yeah.
Just a couple runs. I haven't played that much of it. Fūnk-é, have you played anything else that you're excited about? That you want to chat about?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, also, just on the tip of pre-ordering something, I didn't try to pre-order Switch 2, but I tried to pre-order the Death Stranding 2 Collector's Edition.
How'd that go?
And that was really bad. Really bad.
No doll man for you?
No doll man, no nothing, man. I was so upset because I don't know. I don't really get too many collector's editions of games, but that one I was like, I got the BB on me, you know? Like, he's right over here. Look at him. But I was really hyped for this one. Mostly just to have the doll guy.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So cute.
It's cute and gross. There he is.
Cute and gross. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that game.
Yeah. I when I was trying to pre-order the collector's edition, they don't have a portal for Canada at all. Like they were like, you can pre-order for everyone in the United States and everyone in Europe. And I went there. I was like, "Are you guys serious? Like, are we nothing to you guys? Like, we just don't exist here." Or they're like North America. And it's just U.S. I was like, "Shocked."
Oh God!
And I gave it, but I was trying for the whole morning. And then I was on that whole thing like where it's loading, the page is loading, and then it tells you a little something, and then it doesn't feel like you're actually moving. So I hear that stress. I wanted to let you guys know.
How much does it cost to mail stuff to your country? Because I can just get it right now.
Oh my God. Wait,
fucking DM me after.
No, let's figure this out because I don't want to screw either of us over with the tariffs and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's the part I have literally no idea. We're not even talking about it. You know? No one's saying anything.
That'd be so funny for you to be doing a kindness for Fūnk-é, but you end up with like a $4,000 bill from the American government for letting it in.
Thank you for my video game toy.
No. It's letters. It's just media mail.
It's just media mail. That's right.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's cut this for the podcast. What am I playing? I've been playing. Let me go through this. I've been playing Crow Country. I love that game. Still love that game a lot. I'm playing it on hard mode. I'm trying to get S+ so that I can feel good.
Yeah. Fūnk-é, did you know that's the snipper clips, people?
Oh yes. I tell everyone this.
It's one of my favorite facts in the whole world.
Yeah. Have you? I also played their other game because I was looking at adventure games, mystery games. Tangle Tower. It's really.
I haven't played that one.
It's an awesome adventure point and click mystery game with some really great art and writing that I highly recommend. I was playing a little bit more of 1,000 Times Resist, playing the finals, playing some more of that because I played it during when it dropped, and then I fell off like everyone else, and I was like, I had fun playing that game. I liked going in and just like the chaos of trying to get loot was nice. Played a bit of LA Noire.
Oh, okay.
Little indie game.
Indie game. What else I've been doing, man? I just bounce around from these games. And
did you play Obra? Did you play Obra Dinn?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you should play that game.
You should play that game.
I should. It's on my list, but I'm just there's so many detective games.
No, there are a lot
that I'm trying to go through each. Like I'm going Phoenix right now, and then I gotta go. I want to check out a little Danganronpa and Obra Dinn and the Case of the Golden Idol as well.
Yes. Case of the Golden Idol is really good. Yeah.
But mostly just been playing random stuff, and I play a lot of League of Legends chess. Unfortunately, they've gotten me still. I stopped playing the main game, but now I play the little chess guys.
I fucking forgot about auto chess.
Yeah, no,
fucking Abo Babblers.
It's here and better than ever. They like tripled the size of their team, so they're making 3 different versions of it per year.
What?
Instead of just one. It's an insane rate of pushing these out, because then that means the sets are shorter, so like the competitive runs, so you have to know it and climb in shorter amounts of time.
Yeah,
it's just bizarre.
I want everyone to know that Nikki stopped what they were doing to post Abo Babbler on Blue Sky.
We said the Abo Babbler so many times.
So many times.
It was so important
Abo
to me,
Babbler.
that phrase.
Abo Babbler.
For so long.
Abo Babbler.
Abo Babbler.
But I guess one of the main things I've been doing with games recently is trying to just play more with friends. Do a weekly game night on call, but also like in person. Every 2 weeks we played through Until Dawn, and now we're playing The Quarry. And that's when I showed them a little Death Stranding as well. Getting them into it, like they can move the camera around and everything. It's so beautiful. Like they used to be like, 2 joysticks.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What is this? Like, why is this so disorienting? And now they're like walking around with luggage on their back. It's awesome.
Are you going to go see the Until Dawn movie?
Kind of. I kind of want to. Yeah. I don't know if I will.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like I have a morbid curiosity, but also I'm like, I know what it's going to be. Straight up, I know. And I think I'm fooling myself by thinking anything
otherwise.
Other than that.
Yeah. I can't wait for that movie to be out so I don't have to watch the fucking commercials for it anymore.
I only see those on Twitch.
It's probably the same one. It's whatever the one where the girl has the worm coming out of her face. No, and like I have to look away from the TV every time. And it comes on through, it's every NBA game. They're like, you want to watch this shit 8 times over the course of 2 hours, right? It's like, no, actually.
No, I don't.
I don't.
No.
Anyway.
Wow. Thank you.
I'm going to see Minecraft tonight, though.
Oh, I'm fucking so jealous. All of the Minecraft movie I've watched was a CG incomplete version in clips on YouTube.
Oh, I was contemplating watching that. And then I was like, I have to save myself.
No, I gotta see the whole thing.
But I've seen so many clips. No, I got to see that.
John saw Sinners.
It's so good.
It's really good.
It's so good. Made me cry twice. And it's really sexy.
Ooh. That's good.
It's like there's a lot going on in that movie. It's
I heard it bounces around from genres.
Yeah,
it's nice great. To hear that from you too. Yeah.
It's really, really cool. My favorite movie of the year of like the last 5 years, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah.
I want to see it in the 70 millimeter. I think.
Yeah. So there are
one formats. Theater.
Yeah, there are a few formats, and the really rare format is apparently the best, but the other IMAX format is also good.
I have access to all 3 of the rare.
Yeah, because Jeff fucking Keighley lives in your backyard, and his parents have the keys to the IMAX, so they put 1 million of them in LA. Yeah,
literally true.
I know. My Dallas is like a pretty big market, and my closest one is like,
you have the good one though.
It's not close to me.
Well, you don't live in Dallas, do you, buddy? John lives in Arlington. It's different.
I live in hell. I don't know why I moved here.
you got what am I doing? Though.
I do have fat pipes. I have Jerry Jones pipes. It's pretty good.
So it's good.
Hey, should we ask?
No gas under your home.
No gas in my neighborhood.
Good or bad?
Well, okay. You know what? Fūnk-é, why don't I have gas in the neighborhood? I'm just I want you to guess why I don't have gas.
It escaped. An explosion? I don't know. I'm generally shocked.
They used to do fracking in this area.
Ooh.
That's a good face. Yeah, they used to do fracking in this area, so it would be it's over. We're gonna sink into the fucking ground like so fast. Yeah, they used to do fracking over here, so it's too dangerous to put a gas line. So that's why. Anyway, I live in hell.
Questions.
You know what? It's questions. Hey, let's do some Hive questions. Go to VGVs.com/join if you want to join the Hive. You can ask us questions every single week. We have a bunch of really good ones today. We're going to get to a few of them. I don't think it'll be all of them, but let's get to a few. Let's start with. Yeah, it's okay. Let's start with a semi-serious one. Jason says, "Hey, remember when NFTs were everywhere and gaming execs were insisting they were a thing? That was weird, huh? Do you think we'll come to that place regarding AI, or are we stuck with it?"
Well, let me go on Ubisoft Quartz really fast just to check just to see.
My short answer is we are more stuck with it than we were with NFTs. But I think it is because the term is so broad that it can be used to refer to, like, there are a lot of like AI upscaling and process elements that AI does that I don't necessarily think is destructive. I don't necessarily think kills jobs, and I don't necessarily think is bad. And that kind of stuff will get repackaged, and people will then insist like, well, AI stuck this time. So I think because the definition is so broad, it will stick around longer. That's my personal answer.
Ubisoft 18 hours ago announced an NFT blockchain game called the Might and Magic Fates, the trading card game. Forge your legend in the next generation trading card game. So people are still on the tilt. Like I like the thing is none of this stuff ever dies. Like as is the case with most grifts, someone will try to get one over on you about it. So yeah, we'll have games with. I watched I got a YouTube video recommended to me, and I watched a little bit of it, of this guy. He's a sim racer. I don't even remember what the product is called, but you plug it. You're playing iRacing or Assetto Corsa or whatever racing sim, but you put this. You run it over, you run the game, and then you run this thing over, and it watches your screen and takes your inputs from your, it's an in-between layer. It's taking your input from your sim rig and is watching the thing, and it will be like, you'll break into the corner, and then as you come out of the corner, the robot will be like, oh, next time you take that corner, break 15 meters later, or break 15 meters earlier, or whatever. So there are going to be infinite ways that they can try to put this kind of stuff into the thing. So I think it will continue to exist in this space for as long as the space exists.
Yeah. I don't have too much to add. But also, I think underlining what John was saying about the broad phrase, like it can mean so many things, and it's been used in games like for years and years. So yeah, I'm not sure. I
like speed tree is AI technically, right? Like that is generative intelligence. You're telling it where you want the trees and how you want the trees to be built, but it's making each of them a little bit different. And like, no, speed tree is not what's killing games.
No.
So
no. Yeah. I mean, I think from the question I think you're probably asking, Jason, not to be presumptuous, but you probably mean like when people are like, hey, we made Quake in AI. Like, you didn't make Quake. You made a nightmare that is not fun to play and doesn't make any sense in any sort of logical way. I think that stuff will probably get shelved for the most part, but like it will become something else that will be used internally to do something, like doing those kind of in between layers to facilitate some sort of process instead of replacing it. And we will think probably that is a collectively okay way to use it. Like, that's my hot take, is that like we will get to the point where the bad stuff will go away and the stuff that is not that harmful will probably stick around. So yeah. I'm weirdly hopeful about that stuff. I don't know why, but I'm like, I saw how bad the NFT stuff got beefed, and I'm like, I don't think anybody wants any of this shit of like, we're gonna make a game with like no one cares. Like no one really cares. All right, let's move on to My Hero Zero. This is a great question. What's your favorite video game sound effect?
Oof for a block. Oof.mp3.
Tommy Tallarico's oof.
Yeah, oof. That was really good, John.
Thank you. I've watched that video a lot. So
I'm trying to think.
Okay. You know what I actually think it is? Favorite is hard because it is not a good sound effect. Your Pokemon is on red health. D2. That noise is really good. And then yes, and then for a while the game did nothing with that, right? Like the game was like, your Pokemon's beeping with health, but then it was black and white ?
I think so.
Was the one where like when your Pokemon is at red health, the music changes and it puts that beeping in as a layer of sound. John's lights just turned on by themselves.
Like a metronome.
That was crazy. Yes, and it adds like a metronome of that beeping into the thing, and that felt like it felt like a payoff I didn't expect to ever get, because it was like, oh, for so long the tension in that noise was just based off of the fact that it felt so kind of alien and robotic. But then the payoff for it being looped into the soundtrack was like really, really cool. So, and I think about that first moment a lot, and the way that they looped that in. So I do think that might be one of my favorites.
Damn, this is hard.
Minecraft put a block down. Put a stone block down on a stone block.
Eating in Minecraft is
eating in Minecraft fucking bangs. Those are good ones.
I just think of every game that I played recently, my favorite sounds.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of one from just historically. Even in my favorite games, I can't think of like one sound. But I really like Hotel Dusk when you solve a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just like signing a paper, it does like a little do 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 do, and I'm like, oh, nice, get me in my detective mood. Just a little like 4 notes, and it slaps. I don't know what to say.
What's the? Oh,
I love Mega Man bosses blowing up.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
What's the DS game? This isn't one of the questions or part of the question.
That's fine.
There is a DS game where when you finished something, you had to close the DS and then open it again to like mark a stamp.
That's
do
cool.
you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, keep going. I'm gonna see if I can Google it.
Yeah, please let me know.
DS.
Yeah. I like
Street Fighter sound. Anything there.
Street Fighter. Oh.
It was Phantom Hourglass.
Oh.
Never played that.
Tiger.
Phantom Hourglass is all right. I always felt like those games were too big for that. So in a way where it like didn't feel particularly good.
Okay.
The train one is all right though. Spirit Tracks. But most of the time when I was playing Phantom Hourglass, I was like, I wish I was just playing Wind Waker.
Like Wind Waker? Yeah. That makes sense. Sergeant Sphinx asks, what game have you spent the most time on that you actually weren't that positive on?
Valorant.
True.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually it's hard for me to answer these questions, but I've had a good run.
Yeah, you've had a good run
so
today.
far.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, Final Fantasy 13, although I've reevaluated my feelings of that game, and I think I'm more positive on it now than I was when I played it. But like, I actively didn't like that game, and I played like 65 hours of it. So that's probably mine. Valorant's probably a close second for me. That's probably a close.
It's a tactical shooter. It's serious.
Yeah.
It's a war.
Yeah, it's war. That's right.
For me, I don't know. I usually, if I'm not getting paid to play this game, I will put it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was reviewing games, like some of the games I'd play, I think that I'm not usually drawn to. Those ones felt like a bit more of a slog, because you do have to get through the whole thing, or at least I felt like I had to for a lot of those times to get a full picture of what I'm critiquing. Because most of the time, I'm looking through my libraries and stuff. Everything that's at the top, I like that game. Or if I don't like it now, I think I did have a lot of fun playing them at the time. So that feels good.
All right. That's good. Don't Focus asks, what's a good brunch spot in Toronto?
Oh my gosh. All these names also. Hi, everyone. Brunch spot. Okay. I think it's called BB's, a Filipino diner by Dundas, I think. Yeah, I just went there like when I was hungover one time. My friends took me after a rave, and it was so nice. Like all of their food was great. My friend was working there too. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And she got us like a free dessert, which was really sweet.
The website for this place is fucking incredible. I just need
you found it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just bbs.restaurant.
Ooh,
and you go in and it's like it's a 3D model of the establishment that you can click and drag and spin and then zoom in on.
Wait,
what are you talking about?
No, I'm there right now. They're spitting facts and it has no business.
Awesome. Like that's
a really good website.
I was gonna say a few, but just go to this one because of this website. I mean, you're already there if you type it in,
and it's Bib Gourmand, so that means it's good.
Okay.
The tire people went and they said, "Please eat here."
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite thing in the world, by the way, is having a local place in your pocket and then looking it up and being like, "Oh no!" Like people who have been paid money to eat food professionally say this place fucking bangs.
Say it's good.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, like I already knew that.
Yeah,
I felt it.
Yeah,
I was there.
Wow, adobo fried chicken with house made.
Oh yeah, we got to go to Toronto, bud.
So good.
Fucking Marivick's French toast, banana coconut. Well, you can't eat this one. Banana coconut dulce, mango compote, toasted almonds. Get out of here.
I know. It was hard to choose like one thing to order. Like whenever I'm there, it's like,
good Lord, yeah. Wow, I would fuck this up. Holy shit.
What do you guys like to order at brunch, by the way?
Ooh.
So I can't do brunch alone because I need to have a salt and a sweet, and I then need to share it. I need to have some of both.
So 95% of why people get married, so they can do the sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it usually is I will pick the sweet one, and then my partner will pick the non-sweet one, and we usually come to a good agreement on that one.
I did a croque monsieur at the bistro we went to, and Anne got French toast, and we switched halfway through.
That's great.
We just get through half, and then we switch the plates.
You know what I'm learning?
I like
though?
What?
I'm not fucking with omelets anymore.
Oh, I haven't fucked with omelets in a long time.
The idea of like going into an establishment, I went to Denny's recently because Denny's kind of hits.
An establishment.
Denny's kind of fucking hits. I don't know when the last time you went to Denny's was, John.
A Moon's Over Miami will hit, but I wouldn't get an omelet from Denny's.
But that's the thing, right? It's the idea of getting an omelet, but honestly, from anywhere, I'm kind of like, no.
You don't think? What about this? Like
Benedict
soft French,
might be too far.
A soft French omelet that's brushed with butter. It's like real soft.
But that's not what I'm getting at Denny's.
No, I know.
They just threw the shit together.
But you said no matter where.
I'll have a 2-egg omelet where it's just egg and butter. Sure.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm still looking at this BB's restaurant website.
It's really good.
It goes so hard. Like they did not.
Thank you for sharing that.
No, absolutely. They did not need to do this, but they did. It's incredible.
Nikki, are you on the menu?
Yes, when you click on the menu, sometimes the items
describe it.
The menu is just text. Okay, so it's just text, and there's a candle, like a video of a candle in the background.
And
then every so often, some of the items on the menu cut out in Photoshop, so it's just the thing, no plate, no nothing, comes up and floats on the screen. And sometimes they layer on top of each other. Sometimes they're like disparate. It is actually one of the best websites I've been on. It's one of the
best websites I've ever seen.
It's like awesome.
It just keeps layering these menu items.
Menu situation.
It just keeps layering these menu items on top of each other. Drinks, food. It doesn't matter if it's the same one twice. It just is grabbing. It's really great.
Yeah, wow, sometimes when you I just clicked on Filipino spaghetti and it popped up on the screen.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
For me, I like to go just in general. I go for eggs Benedict.
Okay, I like a Benny.
I like it. Or whatever like variant they have there. I like when they have a special one here. Like we got this variant. I'll try it.
Yeah,
I like a Benny. I like a Benny for sure. Okay, we have a couple more questions. What kind of food truck is parked outside the VGB's pop-up? Asks Abyssal Edition.
Which Fūnk-é is coming to. They've already said and agreed that they will be
at Summer Game Fest.
At Summer Game Fest.
The VGB's party.
They've confirmed their appearance.
They've confirmed.
I literally wish. I wish.
So do we.
No.
Yeah.
I'm down to do another one. I can pull up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
If I can plan it far in advance.
What's the food truck, John?
I don't know. I mean, like, I
have a question. Are you booking one for real, or is this like
no?
If there is one.
No, we're actually ordering food from them. I need to actually follow up with them.
Yeah, you got to email that guy back.
I got to email that guy back.
That was hey John. That was actually on my list of things to talk to you about after this episode.
Yeah. So we need to finalize that menu. But if for whatever reason that didn't work out, I might get a food truck. I'm not just saying this. I would have probably said a Filipino food truck. Because like it's just they've like a good Filipino food truck has such a good combination of different flavor profiles and
big range.
Also big range and also like almost all of it hits so good with alcohol. So if you're like, getting kind of toasted, a lot of that stuff is really good. I mean, just like a really bomb quesadilla truck that's like making like birria and asado and like chicken tacos with like really spicy salsa. Yeah. Like something like that. I think that's what I would do. Good. I think that's what I would do.
That's how good they are. They make you sing right after you take a bite.
All right, we have one more question. Let's do one more question. Jason asks, do you care to predict? Well, you know what? The answer to this is probably no, we don't care to predict, but I'm just I'm gonna ask it differently. What is the next big dumb games discourse? What is it going to be about? We have them so often these days that it's almost hard to like track it down.
What was the last one to you?
Well, actually, it was probably the blueprints, like, why are we saying this is the best game ever made discourse of like people have been too good, like too excited about it.
Yeah.
And then people like rubber band and be like, this game fucking blows. It's like, that was kind of discoursey.
We can't.
I didn't even see those.
There was one yesterday that I saw the fallout from, but I didn't
see the thing.
And honestly,
I can tell you what it is, and I won't.
Please don't. I don't want to know. I won't. Like that is most of my. I don't follow basically anybody on that website,
right?
So it's like the number I'm getting fourth hand whispers about the discourse.
Oh, you know what? I figured it out. Someone's actually going to say that everyone's being too mean about how French Clair Obscur.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna backdoor into being like, you can't be racist to French people. They will backdoor into that. Someone's gonna do it. I swear to God. Because I think like a lot of people were excited about that game, and now they're picking it up today. And I think that game is great, but I really don't think we were prepared with how like goofy fucking French this was. Like fucking cartoon bullshit French this game is. So like I think someone would be like, everyone's being too big, you're being racist towards French people. It's like, okay, fine. Sure. I think that's my real answer.
My hope is that people stop fighting because they all like video games.
They all like video games.
When you tell me that, like, so people are like, oh, you guys are too excited about this game. It's like,
they're too excited.
They're
too excited. Yeah. Actually, Nikki, that was actually more or less what you missed is that someone was like, I think everyone is being too excited about games. Which is when I posted completely. I'll go find it. I said, what did I say? I said, I think you should kill the part of your brain that gets excited about anything. And no one understood what I was talking about. And I was like, good. I don't want to explain it. And yet here we are. That's our Hive questions for this week. If you want to ask us Hive questions, once again, you can go. Awesome.
That's
Thank
so
you,
true.
Okay. You can go to vgbs.com/join.
No, you're the first one.
No,
And
you're
I'm
the
glad
first.
you did it.
I'm glad you did it.
Buzz.
Our buzz. Thank you. So yeah, go do that. There's a category in the Discord called the Hive. You can have private conversations with 55 55 other people.
Oh.
And do that. That would be really cool. I also said, hey, I'm going to start reading the reviews that we get on Apple Podcasts. And guess what? We got a new one 4 days ago from Polyphonic. It's a 5-star review called Silk Song is Never Coming Out. Okay. It says this and other hot takes await you within. Seriously though, y'all, this is one my favorite Hangout podcasts. I'm just reading
one of my favorite hanging out podcasts.
Hangout podcasts. John and Nikki have such good rapport. They can easily entertain for 2 to 3 hours, no sweat. Not to mention a murderer's row of killer guests. Also super true. Ooh. I might be drunk, but in vino veritas. So back off.
At the end of the review, it's so funny to say.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna say some really nice stuff. Also, I'm deeply impaired right now. I'm so
you can't
impaired.
trust anything I'm saying.
I'm so impaired.
No, but they're spitting facts. I don't know. I love
so much
you guys talking and staying plugged in, because it's hard to know about what's going on. And
but I do I need to be plugged in anymore, though? You know.
What do you mean? You don't need to?
Nick, you can't keep saying shit on podcasts and on streams.
What is happening?
You can't. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it, Fūnk-é. Yeah. Okay. No. Nikki's always going to need to be plugged in, as I'm never letting them get out of this. It's a pit.
No,
they'll never be able to get out.
As I need to be for this program. That's my guarantee.
Which is apparently not very much. Actually, that's honestly, maybe that's what we should strive for. Is like
it works.
It's a podcast for two people who probably really couldn't care less about some of the stuff that the other people talk about. You know, once we got a review once for If You're Driving, the other podcast we're on, that was like. It's like something. It's like I won't even say what it was because I made a promise I wouldn't even refer to it again. But it's like this other podcast, except they don't pretend they love you, the listener. And I was
that's
like,
so true.
I was like, that's so true. That's so true. Anyway, yeah, that was really nice. Anyway, thanks so much for the review. I will continue to read these as we get them. Let's get out of here, Fūnk-é. This has been a joy to have you on the show.
Freaking delight.
An absolute blast. I'm so happy we got to catch up. Do you have any, I'm going to give you the floor. Do you have anything to plug? Anything that you want us to think about? I don't know.
Yeah, think about each other. Think about why we play video games and enjoy them. Because there's so much noise, genuinely, that it's nice to slow down when you can, and share those moments, like what Nikki was talking about earlier, playing with people, showing people things that they would never see in a game. I think that's really beautiful. And knowing what games can do, it's sick. And also I say, try making something small. It's fun. It's really fun. And if you care about games and you look at them and you're listening to a podcast like this, that's about real industry hashtag shit, like, you should try making a game, because I think what you would make will be really informed and have a lot of style if you lean into what you like.
Wow.
Trying to think if there's anything else. I'm making some games right now. I don't know when they're coming out. Well, you'll find out when they do.
We'll find out.
They might not.
But you can check that.
Not in a way that's negative.
They will.
Oh, they will. Okay.
They will. If I have anything to say about it, they're going to come out.
They will.
I don't know. I want to drop games and make more games and
ship them.
Yeah, ship them. You gotta ship them.
Seriously. Ship them. But playundergroundgames.com is where you'll be able to find any info about the games that I'm cooking up with some friends. And you can follow me on the internet at Fūnk-é-Fly, FUNKEFLY, on social media. because it's all different now.
It is.
It do be all different now.
It do be all different. Nikki, do you have anything to plug?
MakeYouThink.club is my website where I have my newsletter. It comes to you every week for free.
And if you give, well, now it's too late because it's already out. But if you had given Nikki money, you would have seen a photo of a cat on a roof.
On a roof.
So,
and you know what? That was awesome.
That was great.
That's what you're missing.
I opened that email during this show, and I was like, "That's a cat on the roof." I was like, I wouldn't have gotten to see that. So it was pretty cool.
For a little bit, I was kind of like paranoid about content direction for the paid tier. And then I realized literally it was this one where I was like, oh, it literally is going to be as simple as that. Like it is going to be, here is a thing that I saw. Mm-hmm. Here is the thing I am going to show you. Mm-hmm. I saw a cat on a roof.
Case in point, Nikki, I reheated like 40 different VGBs articles. The only one that got any traction was the one where I go, look at this picture of Mega Man sliding in a manual. And it's like, I was like, they don't have to be complicated.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Sometimes you just have to go like, that's a cat on the roof. And it's like, all right, it totally is.
I wonder how it got there. I wonder how it's getting down. These are questions that pop into my mind.
And that's how, and that's all you got to learn. John, you got anything?
Go to VGBs.com/join. That's, I think, the only one I got for you this week. You also go to patreon.com/ if you're driving. If you're like sick of giving me money here and you're like, I have more money. We have a podcast that you could go support over there as well. But that's going to do it for this week's episode. This has been, again, a freaking blast, as Nikki would say. All right, until next time, folks. Oh, you know what? I'm going to read the list of the guests for May, as May is around the corner. Next week, we got Jeff Gersman. Week after that, Alyssa Mercante. Week after that, Jenna Stieber. Week after that, Dan Reichert. Week after that, Gita Jackson. So that's a really fun May lineup. Bangers.
Wait, is May is next week?
May is next week, Malfrere.
March, April. Fuck me running.
Yeah. We're there. April showers gone. May flowers aquí.
See.
All right, everyone. Until next week. Keep on plastic. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.